Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to the channel. I'm Jen with Bohemian Path Tarot, and today we're doing a tarot reading with the Awakened Tarot. I'm going to go ahead and give the deck a really good shuffle for you, and I will meet you on the other side for your reading. Okay, Scorpio, we've got Eight of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Two of Discs, or the Two of Pentacles. And we're starting with Judgment. This has come out a few times this month in other readings. Now, Judgment is all about releasing yourself from a little box you may have put yourself in. You know, sometimes we confine ourselves to expectations, like if we expect ourselves to take a particular career path, or if we expect ourselves to complete schooling in a certain timing, or have reached certain milestones in terms of relationships or family planning, or have paid off a house by a certain time, or weight goals by certain times. You know, we have such rigid expectations of ourselves and our lives, and sometimes, you know, it can keep us from really experiencing an authentic life if we pigeonhole ourselves in what we ought to be instead of who we are, you know. And Judgment allows us to forgive ourselves for not being what we think we ought to be or ought to have been, and love ourselves for who we are right now and for where we're at right now. It allows us to let go of something. Maybe, you know, sometimes we go down a career path and then we realize, oh my gosh, I don't really like this career at all, but we've put so much money into education, or we told all of our friends and family members that this is who we are, or whatever. You know, it's okay to let go of a career path if we determine it doesn't suit us at all or no longer suits us. It's okay if we want to be a stay-at-home parent, or if we don't want to be a stay-at-home parent, or if we don't want to be a parent at all. You know, it's okay to let go of dreams if they don't fit us, or those sorts of things. You see where I'm going with this. Look at the freedom that letting go has. This card has such a, you know, this free feeling, this light and airy light and airy feeling when we sort of let go and let ourselves out of these rigid roles and rigid expectations. So this is where we start this reading, this letting go of something that doesn't fit us, something that we put on ourselves, or maybe we thought that our parents put on us, or thought that society put on us, or felt obliged to live up to, that we are giving ourselves a pass on, or giving ourselves an escape hatch. And allow ourselves the freedom to fail, to move on, or the freedom to have experienced that and to say, you know what, that is not for me, or the freedom to make another choice, to say, I've experienced that, I am done with that now, and I'm moving on. So this is a major arcana card, so this could be happening in a number of areas of your life, especially if, you know, a career making a new career choice can affect you financially and could indicate, a move across the country. Could also change the status of your relationship, or a status of your a relationship change can affect a career, living location, a lot of that. So you see where I'm going. So this is a big shift. This is a change that allows you to live more authentically, which is going to affect a number of different sectors in your life. Okay, so we've said enough about that. Now, so this change, this giving yourself the freedom to let go of something, to let go of an expectation you had for yourself that does not work or did not work, seems to mean walking away from something, leaving something behind, an identity, a job, a career path, something like that. But there's walking away from something, possibly a relationship, a living location, whatever it was you're walking away from, you're letting go, means you're walking towards something. In most of the artwork of this card, the Eight of Cups, the central figure is moving away from darkness and towards dawn, towards something lighter. There's usually a path. Most artists will draw, a path that's moving upward. So you're moving out of a low place into a higher place, out of darkness into light. It does mean a bit of a journey. It does mean a conscious choice to move. And it does mean, being all in. This isn't something that happens overnight. It isn't something that, the universe like plucks you out of someplace and puts you somewhere else. This is you as the central character, the main character in the movie that is your life, making this conscious choice to move away from something towards something else. So, this could literally be a move for some of you, but it's very definitely feeling like a move. Even if it isn't a literal physical move, it very much feels like a move. There will be emotions attached to it too, because the suit of cups is the suit of emotions. So it's that feeling of being attached to this move, that feeling of you will only be satisfied if you leave this, whatever it is, behind and move towards this new beginning, move towards this new dawn. Now, the next card we have here is the King of Cups. I will refer to this King of Cups with male pronouns. This could refer to specifically a male human being outside of your person, a friend, a father figure, a partner. This could be a mentor, like a teacher, a professor. But this is someone who has some emotional intelligence, who has some sort of emotional guidance, who has some sort of emotional wisdom to impart as far as this journey goes, as far as this, as far as a sort of inspiration to move on from whatever this is, to release yourself from whatever needs to be released. Now, this might not be somebody who is currently alive. This could be someone who has passed over. This would be someone you would trust to give you advice, someone you would trust who knows you and loves you and wants the best for you and knows your heart and sees your heart and understands why you wanted what you wanted, and why you may have boxed yourself into something, and why it's time to release yourself from the little box, why it's time to live authentically as yourself now. And I would say this card is showing up to remind yourself, to remind you to look at yourself the way this character does. This could be someone like another Scorpio, a Pisces, another water sign. This would be, or it could be someone who loves you and adores you, wants the best for you, and would want you to not be so hard on yourself, would want you to not keep yourself boxed in, would want you to forgive yourself for not reaching the impossibly high standards you set for yourself. Now, another way this card could show up is this could be a therapist. If it's time for you to heal some past trauma, if the little box you put yourself in or whatever you're walking away from is something that induced trauma, or if you recognize that what you need to walk away from is some past hurt or some trauma or addiction issues, this could be this could represent a therapist or therapy and time to work on healing some emotional or mental emotional issues. So that would be supported by this card as well. Now, the final card we have here is the Two of Discs, or the Two of Pentacles. Now, let's see if we can get this in focus, sort of. The Two of Pentacles indicates a time of balancing often it's a couple of jobs, right? This could be a daytime job and then picking up a part-time job to earn a little extra, to put some aside. This can be taking sort of a bridge job while you're putting out resumes for something you really want, something that's more in line with what you want, especially if you've done a thing where you quit a job that's maybe a toxic environment, or no longer like in a field that you no longer want to work in. This could be the kind of thing where you work a couple of part-time jobs, or you go back to school because you realize it's time to get that degree you always wanted to finish, or something like that. And so you could be going to school and working at the same time. This is usually juggling a couple of things in order to make a better life for yourself. So the fact that it shows up here indicates you're probably going to be a little busy. And in May, you may be juggling a couple of, jobs as you're building towards something better. But the fact that it shows up does suggest that that better thing is coming along. This is the balancing act, right? I mean, this is how it's literally depicted here in this card. This is the delicate balancing act, and you'll get better as the month goes on. But further on down the line, you'll be able to move on and jettison one of these jobs or side gigs or side hustles, or the training or additional education or whatever it is that you're juggling, and you'll be able to settle down into something more permanent. But for right now, it looks like you'll, as you're moving towards that brighter horizon, it looks like you will be juggling a little bit. So because that feels a little bit unfinished, let's see. Yeah, so okay, so just we pulled a just because that felt a little unfinished, I pulled a card from the bottom of the deck, and we have the Eight of Discs, or the Eight of Pentacles, which is, again, another, kind of work, career, sort of resources card. And the Eight of Discs, or the Eight of Pentacles, is the workhorse card when you feel like all in your career or resources sort of area. For people who are still sort of in the 9 to 5, or in the work phase of their life, this is having a job that you like, or a career that you like, even if it's freelance or something like that. Having work to do, and work that you like, and really investing in your job, whatever it is, if it's producing something, making something physical, or working in an office, or content creating, or performing, whatever it is that you do. This is being a craftsperson, being really good at what you do, having a lot of work to do, having people talk about the quality of your work, and getting repeat business, or having your boss or manager compliment you, acknowledge your work, getting good feedback, as it applies to your career. If you're retired, or a student, whatever the equivalent would be. So a student would be getting good feedback on their essays or tests or thesis, whatever it would be in that realm. If you're retired, whatever you do, clubs, or speaking engagements, book clubs, whatever you do to pass the time, community theater, whatever you do, this would be the card of someone who receives acknowledgement for some sort of expertise in some area that is appreciated and validated. So another thing that I'm seeing here, a couple of things I'm noticing here. So we have one major arcana here. It's the Judgment card, right? So this kind of forgiving yourself, and giving yourself the freedom to let go of what does not fit, to give yourself a little more freedom and flexibility, and the chance to live a more authentic life. Walking away from what just does not serve you, towards a life of more satisfaction, and committing yourself to a life of greater fulfillment. This card is the Eight of Cups. Cups are about satisfaction. Eights are about being fully committed to whatever. Eights are about commitment. And we have another eight in this card here. In the Eight of Pentacles, or the Eight of Discs, it's a commitment to work. It's a commitment to your craft. So we're seeing a couple of commitment cards here. So even though you've let go, you're finding new commitments, and new areas of commitment. Now, we have a character who is perhaps outside of you, perhaps on the other side. It might be a person, a mentor, a friend, a colleague. It might be an ancestor, or a friend who has a friend, or a family member who has passed on, who serves as a reminder that you deserve to live an authentic life, and to forgive yourself, and to experience healing. And finally, this card here is all about that process where you work towards the life you want to live that is more truly yours. That might be a bit of a juggle, that might be a bit of a balancing act, but you will eventually find a balance that brings you to a place where you feel more connected and committed to your craft in a way that feels stable and celebrates a true, authentic representation of your healthy self. So there we have it, Scorpio. This looks like a very exciting shift, a very exciting change for you. I hope you're very expired. Expired? I hope you're very inspired. In any case, thank you so much for dropping by. Please take good care of yourself. And until next time, bye for now.